cosmic cycle so rare it only occurs once a century has just officially touched the axis of your personal destiny. The planets are forming a powerful grand trine around Capricorn, and you, right at the center, are standing in the eye of a deep transformation, where past, present, and future are preparing to merge. In over a decade, there have only been 2 instances when planetary movements created such an intense alignment as this, and this time, it's not by chance. It knocks only on the doors of those who carry the true Capricorn frequency. You're standing at a fated crossroads where your life could shift in one of 2 directions. This is no longer a general prediction. This is a personal calling from the universe, sent to you right now. The planetary alignment is sending down to Capricorn a wave of unprecedented positive transformation, affecting your most fundamental life areas: finances, career, relationships, and emotional healing. Everything is shifting simultaneously, carrying the promise of wealth that exceeds conventional standards, radiant success, root-level healing, and an emotional connection that makes your soul feel like it's finally come home. And no, none of this is a coincidence. It's arriving because your vibrational frequency now aligns perfectly with the energy opening that the cosmos has just created. So if you're hearing this, if you feel something stirring in your chest, don't ignore it. This event isn't just an astronomical phenomenon, but a destined intersection between you and your highest self. This is the moment when everything you've hoped for, struggled for, sacrificed for, begins to be named. Now let's go deeper. Why has this rare energy come to Capricorn, and why has it chosen you, specifically you, right now, rather than anyone else? The movement of Saturn, Capricorn's ruling planet, along with strong aspects to the 10th and 2nd houses, is creating an unmistakably clear focal point. Your career, finances, and social status are being awakened. This is not a random phenomenon. It is the universe's response to the steady, uphill journey you've walked. A long, quiet path that didn't seek the spotlight, but remained consistent. Capricorn doesn't need noise to be recognized. You build from the core, laying one small foundation at a time, guided by far-sighted vision and unwavering belief in long-term stability. Just like Saturn itself, a symbol of discipline and structure, you chose the longer road but the more solid one. You don't rush, nor chase fleeting success. You quietly lay down the groundwork, knowing that what truly matters takes time to blossom. You chose to plant seeds and tend the soil, rather than pick the easy flowers that wilt too soon. And now, as Pluto, the planet of rebirth and transformation, prepares to leave Capricorn after more than 2 decades, the universe sees it all. Every time you pushed through, every late night, every drop of sweat no one else witnessed. The energy arriving now is not a random gift. It is the resonance of everything you've accumulated. This is not a miracle. It's a cosmic momentum arriving at the right time, in the right place, to help you ascend that final slope after climbing almost entirely on your own. Imagine having scaled a rocky hill, hands scraped, legs bruised, and now an invisible force reaches out to give you that last push, not because you're lucky, but because you've truly earned the right to receive. For Capricorn, the one who never complains, who carries it all without demanding a reward, the universe is now speaking in unison. All planetary alignments are pointing toward you as a wordless recognition. You're ready to reap, not through endurance anymore, but through openness. To receive in a way that feels deserved. To reap because, finally, you are allowed to live a little lighter. Capricorn, do you remember how many times you had to count every penny, second-guess even the smallest expenses? How many nights you stared at your bank balance with a heavy heart, hoping that one day all your efforts would finally pay off? Well, stop thinking about someday, because that moment is arriving, not in a dream, but unfolding right now. A powerful planetary shift in the 2nd house, governing money, values, and resources, is opening a rare financial transformation, something that may only happen once in a lifetime. This isn't about a few small gains. This is a frequency flip, a turning point that could redefine your entire material reality. Unexpected streams of income begin to show. Opportunities you thought didn't exist suddenly appear. Quiet investments start to bloom. And no, this isn't about winning the lottery. It's not luck falling from the sky. It's the intersection of cosmic energy and the inner blueprint you've been building, solid, intentional, and accumulated through days of patient effort. You didn't just wish, You worked, you endured, and because of that, the frequency you're now radiating is a magnet pulling abundance to you at the perfect time. Saturn, your ruling planet, has quietly done its work all this time, testing you, slowing you down, refining you. But now, with Venus and Jupiter forming supportive aspects, a gateway is opening to a completely different financial wave. No more patching things together to make ends meet. No more nights of wondering, will tomorrow be enough to get by? This is the moment you step out of survival mode and into legacy building. You're no longer just surviving. You're building, not just for today, but for tomorrow. A life where money is no longer the worry, but the foundation that holds space for every dream you once thought was too far away. And the most beautiful part? This wave of abundance isn't just passing through. It's here to stay, arriving as a solid foundation, where you no longer have to trade parts of yourself just to exist, where you can live kindly with yourself and support the ones you love, not just for a season, but for a lifetime. Once the material houses are awakened and you begin to experience a deep sense of enough from within, the next shift the universe delivers is an emotional restructuring. You'll find yourself seeing love in a whole new way, not as a need, but as a choice. And this transformation is no accident. Right now, the axis of the 4th and 7th houses, ruling intimate bonds and your emotional roots, is being illuminated by key planetary. This doesn't attract someone dazzling on the surface. It calls in someone who can reach the very core of your soul. If you're single, the current energy is drawing you closer to someone truly aligned with your Capricorn essence. Someone who isn't distracted by the armor you wear, but is sensitive enough to see the waiting, giving, and quietly loving heart within. This person won't try to change you. They'll stay with what's right and gently help you release what's no longer needed. This is a connection that doesn't arrive to test you, but to build something with you. And if someone is already by your side, transits from the 5th house, house of joy, and the 8th house of deep emotional intimacy are reawakening the energy between you. The silences that once pulled you apart are starting to dissolve. Misunderstandings will be named, wounds will be heard. You're not returning to this relationship from the same place, but from a more grown version of yourself, one who now knows how to love without enduring. Love, now, is a shared journey, not a place to fill a void. You've grown used to walking alone, used to not being seen, used to living quietly but steadily, as if just knowing what you're doing is enough. You don't ask for applause, you don't wait for recognition, but Capricorn, this time, the universe will speak on your behalf. Right now, the Midheaven, the highest point in your personal birth chart, is being activated by precise aspects from Jupiter, Uranus, and especially Pluto, who is preparing to leave your sign after decades. It's like a full-body wake-up call. Everything you've ever done, patiently carried and kept hidden in silence, is being brought into the light. You will no longer be the one behind the scenes, no longer the one shouldering all the weight with no name remembered. Planetary movements are opening up a very real, very visible, and very well-earned path to advancement. You're not just climbing to the top, you're shaping that very summit according to your own vision. The position you once thought too high now feels within reach, so close. All you need to do is reach out, because you're no longer moving on dreams, you're walking on action. And the most powerful part isn't the newfound spotlight. It's the feeling that you finally moved past the things that once held you back. Maybe it was a rejection, maybe a dismissive glance, maybe all the times you doubted yourself. All of that is dissolving. So you can step forward slightly, yet stronger than ever. Career is no longer a duty. It has become the clearest reflection of a self that has matured. As Saturn, your ruling planet, restructures old limitations, you're being given the right to break every mold that once made you small, not through resistance, but by living in full alignment with who you are, without needing permission, without the need to perform, yet wholly whole. Your voice carries more weight now. What you say is heard, not just for your words, but for the energy behind them. You no longer have to prove anything. Your presence alone shifts the way others see you. You become an example, not because you tried to be, but because you've been living as a Capricorn all along. And as you stand at the peak of your accomplishments, something else, quiet yet deeply meaningful, is also beginning to lift. The burdens you've carried for years, No one saw them. No one asked, but they've been there, silent, slowly wearing you down from the inside. The 12th house axis, home to unconscious wounds, karmic imprints, and buried memories, is being illuminated by transiting planets, offering a rare chance for deep healing. This is no longer a phase where the universe helps you achieve externally. It's the moment it turns inward, shining light on the innermost layers you once avoided. The place that braced, the place that endured, the place that kept going even when your heart was weary. Now, Capricorn, you no longer have to endure in silence. The energy around you stands with you, not to help you conquer your pain, but to help you release it. You don't need to analyze, you don't need to understand. Just breathe and let what once caused you to close off melt away in the kindness you've always deserved. Because when your heart is lighter, joy finally has space to enter. And the universe, through all its intricate arrangements right now, is sending you a loving confirmation. You no longer have to live in a version of yourself defined by sorrow. It's time to live in the version that has been set free. A version where you don't need to try anymore. Just to be present is enough. Capricorn, the universe doesn't often send waves this powerful. Rare planetary alignments have just formed. New doors have opened, doors that appear only once in a century, and you are standing before one of them. A chance that if you walk through, your life path will never be the same again. This isn't just a turning point, it's a complete metamorphosis from the inside out. But no matter how magical the moment is, it cannot step into your life unless you extend your arms to receive it. The universe can stir the wind, pave the road, draw the map, but the one who must raise the sail, who must choose to move, is you. Transformation doesn't happen automatically. It only occurs when you actively align yourself with it. Right now, the decision isn't sitting in your logic. It lies deep beneath layers of emotion you rarely let anyone see. Do you truly believe something good can happen to you? Or have you grown so used to disappointment that you no longer dare to hope? Old wounds, from rejection, from indifference, from giving your all and still feeling unseen, have quietly conditioned you to think you're only meant to receive the smallest piece. But when planets form strong aspects directly to your destiny axis, as they are now, it's not just an invitation. It's a test, gentle but unmistakable. Have you truly learned your old lesson? Are you genuinely ready to step into a larger, stronger, and happier version of yourself? Because if somewhere inside you there's still fear of change, fear of losing control, fear of not being able to hold on to what you gain, then you may be the one to quietly close this door. No one out there is stopping you, only you, with those limiting beliefs you've yet to release. The quiet voice that says, "I'm not that good," or "maybe that's not for me." That's the real weight holding you back. And what you must remember, Capricorn, is that the universe doesn't wait forever. Beautiful transits will pass, full moons will wane. Planets that move forward will eventually go retrograde. If you don't step through in this moment, the wave of energy will move on. Not as a punishment, but because it's seeking a place that is truly ready. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to manifest just by wishing, while others exhaust themselves with no change at all? The answer lies here. The universe doesn't respond to desire. It responds to frequency. What you say you want may not align with the energy you're actually radiating, and that difference, that gap, is the thin line between longing and reality. Right now, the planets are tuning into a special frequency, one that syncs almost exactly with Capricorn's vibration, like a radio station playing the song your soul needs to hear. But if you don't turn the dial, don't connect, then no matter how far that music travels, it won't reach you. Connection doesn't happen through theory. It happens only when you truly open yourself to receive. At this moment, your mind and energy field are living antennas, and you only need to send out one signal: I am ready. Only when you intentionally transmit that signal can the universe locate you and send the right message to the right place at the right time. Hearing the message isn't enough. You must respond to complete the current of manifestation. That is why what you choose to do after feeling this energy matters so deeply. Not for the sake of this video, not for the one speaking, but because you are activating your own switch, initiating the sync between your inner intention and the movement happening out there. And when those two frequencies finally meet, what you desire can truly begin to take form. You don't need to do something grand to prove that you deserve good things. The universe doesn't measure worth by how loud you are. It only needs one thing, a clear signal from you. A small action, but with true intention. A light step, but in the right direction. When you like this video, it's not just a tap on the screen, it's a ripple you send into the energetic field. When you subscribe to this channel, you're not just receiving notifications, you're actively stepping into a line of transmission where messages from the universe are delivered to the right person at the right moment. And when you leave a comment, you're declaring that this moment belongs to you. You can write, "I'm a Capricorn and I welcome this moment," or "Capricorn, I open up, I allow, I step into the greater version of myself." It doesn't need to be long, it doesn't need to sound perfect, it just needs to be real, honest, and deeply felt. Because what you write now isn't just words, it's a living affirmation, a mark you leave in the network of destiny now being activated, and you'll be surprised to see it resonates exactly where it needs to. The universe always knows who is truly ready. Energy gateways like this don't come often. They don't repeat, and they don't stay open forever. Energy is always in motion, and right now, you're standing before a rare opening, one that is already beginning to close. No thunder, no warning signs, just a golden crack, quietly open, but unmistakably real. If you're hesitating, still telling yourself just a little longer, then you may be the one quietly closing one of the most transformative chances of your life. You don't need to do anything dramatic, just one small step toward the light, toward the version of yourself you've always known you could become. Capricorn, this might be that once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, a version of living you once believed existed only in dreams. Wealth without depletion, success without loneliness, love with full worth, no self-betrayal required. The universe has shifted, the astrological chart has spoken, and the rest rests in your heart. Do you dare to believe you're worthy and step into it? Every small act, a like, an affirmation, is a way you pull destiny closer. Destiny doesn't arrive by magic. It arrives when you say, "I am ready." You are not alone. Everything you've endured has led you to this very moment. Not by chance, not by accident. You've come far enough to deserve what's now unfolding. This is a clear signal from the universe, a call by name, and you just heard it, not with your ears, but with your soul. So act. Even a small step is a loud response. Let the universe know you're ready, and this time, you won't hesitate.